Hello and welcome. This video tutorial seeks to help you better understand how to operate our product in the flight simulator. Please do not apply any of this in real life, it is just a simulation adaptable to your computer conditions and our wishes you could enjoy this game. When you select one of our planes, they are ready for the moment you want. You can set it initially on the platform, and the aircraft will be in cold and dark mode so that it proceeds in its ignition configuration. To prepare the aircraft until the engine starts, use the checklist option, including the flight simulator. If you wish to avoid this procedure, use the tablet selecting pilot icon and then selecting Ready to start engines or with the engines already running with engines started. For example, here we select Ready to start engines. This procedure starts all systems, and the airplane is ready to request pushback and start engines. The other option is selecting Checklist in the menu and following step by step. Another fairly simple option for this plane is to activate the external power and then turn on all the switches that are off. This aircraft must follow the all switch on or auto rule. The flight deck of this aircraft has 5 groups of displays, of which 2 correspond to the primary flight display or PFD, which is easily identified on the sides. Still, the interior displays are divided into 2 sub-displays, as shown here. Each has its own control, left or right, and according to the selection made, the corresponding system will be displayed. The other display is located on the pedestal. It normally contains the FMC or radio information. However, like the others, you can open the systems enabled for each side of the display there, as we show here. Below, we will show which systems and how they can be used on each display. The option data corresponds to the ICA's display, and it's only available on the captain's right side or the first officer's left side. When selecting the map on the left side, it's possible to see that it's a mid-map, but if you select the right side of the captain's display, the map will be full size. The same case happens in the first officer's display, but in a contrary way. As we indicated above, the pedestal display has the same options as the top displays and allows the same systems to be moved. It's divided into 2 parts. Captain and First Officer. It's essential to understand that the FMS is a single system. If it's called on a display other than the pedestal, another option will replace it there. To return it, you must select the FMS option again. In Flight Simulator, you can create a flight plan in the traditional way, as shown here, or using the FMS. Our plane allows you to use both options since it uses the same navigation information as the other default planes. This step is very important during the FMS configuration. Surely, if you are a customer of our other Embraer airplanes, you will understand this process because it's the same. We use the same FMS system for all airplanes and standardize the processes to facilitate flight, especially for those new to this beautiful hobby. Remember, we develop for beginners and enthusiasts, not for professionals. Our planes can manage automatic speed to care of the engines, which is a system that establishes the rate automatically in all stages of the flight, depending on moments, speed, altitude, flaps, etc. The only way to deactivate this function is before starting the flight, and as part of the preparation pre-flight, input the minimum speeds that you consider in each stage. CLB, climb, CRZ, cruise, desk, descend, and app approach, as is here showed. The values may be that you consider. These speeds will be inserted into each leg of the flight automatically, but will allow you to change them manually using the speed knob, even if you want to do it in Mach and not in knots. Once in the air, it is not possible to deactivate this function.
Tower Air France 1220 ready for departure runway 32 right IFR to De Gaulle.
Air France 1220, altimeter tree 0.00, wind tree 49er at tree. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 2 right.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 2 right Air France 1220.
$70 knots, 80 knots. V1, rotate. V2.
Air France 1220, contact Bordeaux Center on 121.25. Good day.
Going to 121.25 Air France 1220. Bordeaux Center Air France 1220 is at 2,400 feet climbing 8,000 feet.
Air France 1220 Bordeaux, center altimeter tree 0.00, radar contact.
After takeoff, when the altitude minimum reaches 2,500 feet over the ground, press the autopilot button, and the airplane will automatically manage the climb with the flight level change system. In this case, it will use the initial value input for you in FMC in the section performance. For this example, is using 200 knots. Finally, press the nav button. For climbing or descent, we suggest using vertical speed. However, you can also use flight level change. In the latter case, you must disengage the autothrottle to keep the requested speed. This aircraft has 3 radio frequency management options. The radio stack, located in the autopilot bar, the CNS display function, and the FMS. The main one is the FMS. It's recommended to adjust the main frequencies if they will be used as a reference at some point, first from the FMS, since the other radios don't manage the frequency in standby if it isn't first registered in the FMS. Our models also incorporate the flight attendant option for greater immersion in the game. On the tablet, you can manage the voices manually or automatically execute 6 languages and reactivate voices if you wish to continue a new flight without restarting.
Mesdames et messieurs les passagers, bienvenue à bord de notre vol. Nous attirons votre attention sur les consignes de sécurité que vous devez respecter lors de ce vol. Rangez soigneusement vos bagages à
Before initiating an ILS approach, the frequency must be active in the FMS. If it isn't, we suggest you visit the website shown here. Adjust the speed, flaps, and HSI mode before starting the approach. In this example, we open the HSI in full map mode to be able to manage it, and we select the app or approach option to verify if the system has already captured the frequency and glide slope. If the approach information is ready, select the app button, and the plane will start the approach automatically.
$400. $300. $200.
Minimums.
100. 50. 40, 30, 20, 10.
1220 exit runway when able. Air France 1220 contact.